most part, I'm doing most of the work out here.
Wow, well done.
And we have some animals, they help, they do work. They eat grass and they fertilize the soil, and we can show you we have like chicken tractors set up, which actually work as kind of a mobile chicken mobile that we can move the chickens around. They till up the soil for us, scratch it up, fertilize, eat bugs, and then we'll move them again. So in that way, yeah, maybe I'm not the only one working. Based on what you're trying to grow, if you're growing citrus or growing apples, you would give it this applied amount. And it's very scientific, but it's more chemical and doesn't really focus on biology. And I think the biology in the soil is maybe as important or more important at times. We also keep chickens in our larger pen, and then we'll move this, and you can see like the chickens were here and here in the last few days, and so the grasses here are now gone or dead. They've also scratched at the soil. Just before this, we have sheep. We have our sheep are up there now, and the sheep were brought in this area. We fenced it off, and we just let the sheep run free because it got really weedy over the summer. And this was like a really weedy pumpkin patch. And the sheep don't eat the pumpkins, so they can control the weeds without eating the pumpkins. We come through, harvest all the pumpkins, and then we'll bring the chickens in to kind of finish up cleaning.
Seems perfect.
Thomas explained about keeping sheep and how useful they are in eating the weeds and fertilizing the land, and also creates a product which they can eat the meat later. They also catch wild boar who come down from the mountain, and they would eat the meat from the wild boar as well. One of the issues that he talked about is making sure the sheep don't overheat because of their wool. So they had a visitor from New Zealand who taught them how to take the wool off, but it's a highly technical, kind of difficult procedure. So if they had more wool shearers in Japan, it would be helpful.
Neighbors are a little iffy on animals. It's too bad because, I mean, these whole sections could be,
Could be a lot more grazing.
Yeah, a
right?
lot more grazing, and taking advantage of abandoned farmland in Japan because there's a lot of it. And when we started out, we were just raising goats up here. We weren't growing any food for the first 3-4 years. We just let goats kind of run the whole place, and they take everything out. But then you don't want to overgraze too, so there's this 1 or 2 sheep in the first year or two is a great way to at least get your weed pressure down.